And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Davis Ford pregame show. I'm Adam Gore, joined by Mr. Jim Ingram. And Jim, tough week last week for the Indians, dropping a tough decision to Northwest. No rest for the weary. We've got East Mississippi coming to town tonight.
Adam, we got to be ready. Got a great team coming to our place. We're going to have a great crowd. We're looking forward to tonight, and we will be ready. You know, we had a tough third quarter last week and got away from us a little bit, but we played a good fourth quarter, and I hope it continues tonight.
Absolutely. The Indians a little banged up after that game, so might be a few changes late in the contest, according to Coach Sean Cannon, about tonight's starting lineup. We'll look at that later on in the show. Jim, just talk about last week's game. You already talked about it. We struggled a little bit in the third quarter, but I think it's a game that the Indians could learn from moving ahead.
I agree, Adam. We came back in the fourth quarter. We never gave up. What a great crowd we had there, ICC supporters there at Northwest, and our team fed off that crowd. Even though the third quarter was a little tough for us, fourth quarter we made some movement, got a score, was back into the ball game, just couldn't finish, but I was proud of our effort.
Absolutely. As this is the Davis Ford pregame show, we're starting the countdown to that First American National Bank opening kick here on FM 95 Sports, as well as Let'sGoICCTV.com. Back with more right after this.
I feel like the sky is falling down. Ain't nobody here to play around. Push it to the edge, I won't back down. 'Cause it's time to go hard and go home. One way up, no way out. I give it all for the family. We stay up, no bailouts. Give it all for the family. For the family.
Looking at a Ram 2500? Try looking at it next to a Ford Super Duty diesel. The 6.7-liter Power Stroke V8 in Super Duty has best-in-class diesel horsepower and 860 pound-foot of standard torque. Ram 2500 doesn't. With F250 Super Duty, you also get best-in-class diesel fuel economy. Ram 2500 burns more fuel, and Super Duty also gives you more payload. Ram 2500 doesn't have that kind of payoff. Now you can see why, from sunup to sundown, on job sites everywhere, Ford Super Duty owns work.
Hey, brother, there's an endless road to rediscover. Hey, brother, know the water's sweet, but blood is thicker. Oh, if the sky comes falling down for you, there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do. What if I'm far from home? Brother, I will hear you call. If the sky comes falling down for you, there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do.
Little Caesars, home of the $5 Hot and Ready Classic, is driving your taste buds crazy with our new loaded Crazy Bread Bites for just $4. We start with our world-famous Crazy Bread, cut into delicious bite-sized pieces. Then we amp up the flavor with creamy cheddar cheese sauce, mozzarella and Munster cheese, and tasty applewood bacon, all baked to perfection. Need more kick? We've added a side of jalapenos. Try our loaded crazy bread bites for just $4, only at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Across our state, in places far and wide, we speak a common language that unites, inspires, and defines us all with only 3 letters. ICC.
I am ICC.
I am ICC.
I am ICC. I am ICC.
I am ICC.
Itawamba Community College, transforming lives, transforming Mississippi.
And welcome back to the Davis Ford pregame show. Adam Gore, Jim Ingram here as we continue that countdown to the First American National Bank opening kickoff between your number 15 ICC Indians and number 11 Lions of East Mississippi. Jim, we already talked about a little bit about the game last week against Northwest. Now let's look ahead at this squad against East Mississippi. This is a team that there's a lot of fanfare that comes with East Mississippi when they come to town, but rightfully so. This is one of the best programs over the past 8 years in the entire country, so you got to bring your A game when you play the Lions.
You got to be ready for East Mississippi. And Adam, yes, they lost their first game of the year. That's because half their team didn't get to play that first game of the year. Since then, they're rolling like they usually do. They're outstanding athletically. They're well coached. They're a good football team. They bring a lot of other things with them, but they're a very good opponent, and we're going to have to play our best game to win.
Absolutely. You take a look at some of the stats you got right there in front of you, Mr. Jim. I know you've got some names highlighted. Just talk about a few of those guys that kind of stand out for you.
Well, of course, DeAndre Johnson's the transfer from Florida State. He's taken over as the quarterback for East Mississippi. VJ Miller, of course, a local product, playing very well for them from Itawamba HS. He's the backup quarterback. We talked about Breton Sykes, outstanding running back from Calhoun City, who's playing very well offensively. And they've got all kind of linebackers. You look at their lineup, it's like an all-star team from high school.
It really is. So earlier in this week, video operations coordinator Raphael Henry had a chance to talk with Coach Sean Cannon as we step inside Coach's Corner, brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation.
All right, Coach. Tough loss against Northwest on the road. Just talk about how you guys are bouncing back this week.
Yeah, there's no time to sit around and cry over spilt milk. We got to move on, and and that's. I told the kids this week, I think the players are a lot more resilient than the coaches are. We take losses a little more hard, and sometimes they do, but that's a game of football and teaches you to move on, and you got to get ready for your next opponent. So that's what we've been focusing on this week.
Are you seeing the guys respond a little bit better after a loss? Just bouncing around a little bit?
Yeah. It's people come out and they think you're just going to shut it down after a loss, after 2 wins, but that's not the case. These kids come out and work this week, and and it's nothing that we wasn't ready for last week. We just didn't play very good. We had some missed opportunities, and it seemed like every time we'd make a play, we'd shoot ourselves in the foot a little bit. But that's things we got to correct on the practice field and try to get those eliminated as much as we can.
Tonight, got East Mississippi coming to town, another big test, another ranked opponent. Just talk about playing them. Yeah,
doesn't get any easier for sure. Very good football team. Very talented on both sides of the football, and they create a lot of problems. For their opponents. So we're gonna have to, make sure that they're able to drive the ball a little bit, not give up big plays, and then they're very good at taking advantage of your mistakes, and I think that's one thing we got to make sure we do is we eliminate our mistakes and don't give them the opportunity to take advantage of things that we might mess up on.
Tonight, Military Appreciation Night, big night for fans and military appreciation guys get to get in free, but you guys are doing something special as well.
We are. We had I had a deal from our decal company this summer, make up a decal for our kids to wear on their helmets to kind of honor those military personnel, and I think it's something that it's awesome by our school to be able to do something like this event for people that have or currently are serving in the military, and it's just a way of us to honor them. Just having a symbol on our helmet that that we appreciate so much what they do for our country.
All right, Bank of Okolona keys to victory.
Well, East Mississippi's a very talented team. I think the game last week, Northeast was 13-10 at the half. They came in and created a lot of some miscues on special teams. I think, taking care of ourselves more than anything tonight, not turning the football over, making sure that we hold on to it, and no unforced errors in the kicking game. That's how they got Northeast 3 touchdowns last week. So that's one a big key. And then, like I said earlier, defense, you can't give up big plays. You got to make teams like this drive the football, and because they're high explosive offense, they want to score in 2 or 3 plays. So we've got to make them drive the field, and hopefully teams have to do that. The chances of them scoring are a lot lower.
All right. Anything else you would like to add?
Yeah, we're glad to be back at home. Not having to pack up and move our stuff again. So it's good to get back home in front of our home fans, and we're looking for a great crowd tonight.
Well, Mr. Jim, you just heard some of Coach Sean Cannon's keys to victory being brought to you by the Bank of Okolona. Now it's time for Coach Ingram to step in those shoes. What are your Bank of Okolona keys to victory tonight for the Indians?
Well, I agree with Coach Cannon. He said make them go the length of the field. Make it be like a 12 or 15 play drive. They're going to make a mistake, we hope. Make them go, no big plays. And I agree with him. I always preach this, but turnovers are so big in a key game like this. And our kicking game, that's key. That's, you talk about place kicking, punting, kickoff return, kickoff coverage. It is very, very big in a big-time game. So we got to be ready. So I'd say turnovers and kicking game are very important tonight.
Absolutely. East Mississippi is the ultimate opportunist, Jim, when it comes to making teams pay for their turnovers this season, really the past few seasons as well.
No doubt about it. They take advantage of any mistakes you made, and they feed off each other, and they get that momentum. As Coach Cannon said, and it's a very good point, make them go from the 20 all the way in and make it take several minutes. Make it take 12 to 15 plays. Maybe they'll make a mistake.
Yeah, force that high-tempo, big strike offense to put together some drives, see if you can't get them frustrated. Let's take a look at some of the scores from last week around the league. East Central defeated Pearl River 35-21. East Mississippi with a 54-10 win over Northeast. Jones took care of Coahoma 38-6. Holmes defeated Delta 41-0. Gulf Coast with the win over Colin 21-7. Hines knocked off Southwest 24-0, and as we talked about earlier, ICC fell by 14 to Northwest in last week's top 10 matchup there in Senatobia. Well, those were your Bank of Okolona score updates, as well as your Bank of Okolona keys to victory through the eyes of both Coach Sean Cannon and Jim Ingram. We're going to take a break and be back with more of the Davis Ford pregame show right after this.
Little Caesars, home of the $5 Hot and Ready Classic, is driving your taste buds crazy with our new loaded Crazy Bread Bites for just $4. We start with our world-famous Crazy Bread, cut into delicious bite-sized pieces. Then we amp up the flavor with creamy cheddar cheese sauce, mozzarella and Munster cheese, and tasty applewood bacon, all baked to perfection. Need more kick? We've added a side of jalapenos. Try our loaded Crazy Bread Bites for just $4, only at Little Caesars.
Pizza. Hi, I'm Adam. And all my life I've been considered a pretty lucky guy.
On the house.
Ah, thanks. For starters, I get upgrades everywhere I go. And I just win things like all the time.
And the winner is this guy.
But you're not this lucky. No one is. So talk to a Farm Bureau agent today, because when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it.
Thanks for this Oreo caramel shake, Kara.
Caramel for Kara. That makes sense.
And Janine for peanut butter.
I don't get it. Why?
Because she reminds me of my ex-girlfriend Janine, who was nuts.
23 real ice cream shakes, all half price after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
You're looking at a Ram 2500? Try looking at it next to a Ford Super Duty diesel. The 6.7-liter Power Stroke V8 in Super Duty has best-in-class diesel horsepower and 860 pound-foot of standard torque. Ram 2500 doesn't. With F250 Super Duty, you also get best-in-class diesel fuel economy. Ram 2500 burns more fuel. And Super Duty also gives you more payload. Ram 2500 doesn't have that kind of payoff. Now you can see why, from sunup to sundown, on job sites everywhere, Ford Super Duty owns work.
And welcome back to the Davis Ford pregame show as that countdown to the First American National Bank kickoff continues to roll here on FM 95 Sports as well as Let'sGoICCTV.com. And Mr. Jim, we started something new this year, and we're going to stick with it. instead of us boring everybody to death to tell you who's starting, we're going to let the players introduce you tonight's starting lineup presented by Coca-Cola.
Dan Ellington, quarterback, Olive Branch, Mississippi, Center Hill High School.
Altaze Matthews, running back for Stevenson, Alabama, North Jackson High School.
Terry Williams, wide receiver, South Haven, Mississippi, South Haven High School.
Dante Bruce, wide receiver, Olive Branch, Mississippi, Olive Branch High School. Dorian Gaston, wide receiver, Ripley, Mississippi, Ripley High School.
Isaiah Howard, wide receiver, Ripley, Mississippi, Ripley High School.
Abraham Austin, offensive line, Olive Branch, Mississippi, Olive Branch High School. DeMarcus Shaw, offensive line, Batesville, Mississippi, South North High.
Jadarius Little, offensive line, Horn Lake, Mississippi, Horn Lake High School.
Brendan McCormick, offensive line, Olive Branch, Mississippi, Lewisburg High School.
Preston Haynes, offensive line, Olive Branch, Mississippi, Lewisburg High School.
Cody Shelton, outside linebacker, Ripley, Mississippi, Ripley High School.
Tyler Logan, linebacker, West Point, Mississippi, West Point High School.
Kendra Nelwood, outside linebacker, Batesville, Mississippi, South North High School.
Cavante Marvel, defensive back, Houston, Mississippi, Houston High School.
Donald Twilley, defensive back, Batesville, Mississippi, South North High School.
Deion Knox, defensive back, Grenada, Mississippi, Grenada High School.
Quincy Hood, safety, Hamilton, Mississippi, Hamilton High School.
Kenny Wooten, defensive end, Meridian, Mississippi, Meridian High School.
Travis Siler, defensive end, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Cecil Valley High School.
Malik Steele, defensive tackle, Gordo, Alabama, Gordo High School.
Lee Auction, defensive tackle, Alabama, North Carolina, Alabama High School.
Zach Ellis, kicker, Tupelo, Mississippi, Tupelo High School.
Matthew Stewart, long snapper, Calsmith, Mississippi, Calsmith High School.
And that's a look at tonight's Coca-Cola starting lineup. Northeast Mississippi Coca-Cola Bottler celebrating 100 years in Northeast Mississippi. Buddy Long and company doing a great job, not only for ICC, but for the entire community throughout the area, just sort of bringing life, bringing happiness to the area.
No doubt about it. Buddy Long's been a supporter not only of Northeast Mississippi, but a great supporter of Itawamba Community College.
Well, Jim, we're just moments away from that First American National Bank opening kickoff. Your final thoughts before we get this thing started?
My final thoughts is we're ready tonight. I think, and we've got a great crowd here. We appreciate people listening on the radio, watching on TV. Don't turn the ball over. As Coach mentioned, kicking game, we're in it.
Absolutely. We're just moments away from that First American National Bank kickoff. We're going to take one more timeout, and we'll come back live from Eaton Field here on FM 95 Sports and Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Across our state, in places far and wide, we speak a common language that unites, inspires, and defines us all with only 3 letters. ICC.
I am ICC.
I am ICC.
I am ICC. I am ICC.
I am ICC.
Itawamba Community College, transforming lives, transforming Mississippi.
Hey, brother, there's an endless road to rediscover. Hey, brother, know the water's sweet, but blood is thicker. Oh, if the sky comes falling down for you, there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do. What if I'm far from home? Oh, brother, I will hear you call. If the sky comes falling down for you, there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do.
You're looking at a Ram 2500? Try looking at it next to a Ford Super Duty diesel. The 6.7-liter Power Stroke V8 in Super Duty has best-in-class diesel horsepower and 860 pound-foot of standard torque. Ram 2500 doesn't. With F250 Super Duty, you also get best-in-class diesel fuel economy. Ram 2500 burns more fuel, and Super Duty also gives you more payload. Ram 2500 doesn't have that kind of payoff. Now you can see why, from sunup to sundown, on job sites everywhere. Ford Super Duty owns work.
$5 for a large, hot and ready classic every day? Not just Monday through Thursday? Do I have to buy 2 or more items?
Nope.
Let me read the fine print. Oh my, that is very fine.
Get a large hot and ready classic for just $5 every single day. Little Caesars, world's easiest way to pizza.
Pizza.